In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you a very exciting tutorial on Wheel of Fortune. You can use this for your classroom or with your co-workers, and please do not use this for some gambling purposes. So you can see here I've added these wheels, and then I've just put some random amount here, and somewhere I just put try again, sorry, jackpot. Okay, so different text, you can just add it depending on your requirement, or if you can replace the whole thing with the name of the student or anything else which you like to use it here. So how this works is, you can see here when I'm bringing my cursor inside, it is changing. You can see here, that means there's some trigger has been added here, some animation. So when I click, you can see here it started spinning. And again, how to stop this one, you have to just click again on the same wheel. When I click, you can see here I have got $800. Again, when I spin, and again I'll wait for some time, again I got $200. You can see here $500, $2 only, okay, $1,000 or $100. So depending on the requirement, you can just use it for the fun purpose only. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe it now and make sure to enable the bell notification icon. You can join my Telegram group with the help of this link. And if you like to contribute to my channel, you can do it through PayPal or Patreon. The link is provided in the video description section. I have used Office 2019 to do this slide. If you're using the older version like 2007, 2010, then some features might not be available. So I highly recommend you to use the latest version of PowerPoint. So let's start the tutorial. Add a new slide, go to View, enable the guides. Now I'm going to add the wheel here. For that, you need to go to Insert Shapes, and from the basic shapes, I'm going to select the oval shape, hold the oval shape, hold the Shift key so that you get a perfect oval shape. So depending on the requirement, you can increase or decrease the size. Maybe this size fits for me. And then shape outline, I'm going to make it no outline, then align center, align middle. Then I'm going to cut this into, for example, say a 24 triangles, or 24 parts, or 18 or 16, depending on your requirement, how many you need, you can just do it. For that, I'm going to insert one rectangle, draw one rectangle. You can see here which the height should be more than the oval shape. And shape outline, I'm going to make it no outline, and shape fill, I'm going to give some different color, and the width I'm going to make it as 0.03. you can see here, and then go to align center, align middle. Now, as I said, depending how many parts you need, or the portions you need, you can just do it with the help of this. So first of all, I'm going to duplicate this, press Ctrl D to duplicate, again align center, align middle, then hold the Alt key on your keyboard and just click the right arrow key. So first hold the Alt key and then one time. You can just see here, if you want more space or bigger this one, then you can make it 2 times. So I'm just going to make it only 1 time. Again press Ctrl D, it's duplicated. Again one more, Ctrl D. You can see here I'm just pressing Ctrl D and I'm just doing one by one. Ctrl D, again Ctrl D, and the last one. So with this, maybe I have created 24. Let's count it: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. 12 plus 12, 24. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to cut this one into small triangles, what you can see here. First of all, I'm going to select the oval shape and then hold the Shift key, and I'm going to select these rectangles one by one. You can see here I'm just going to select one by one. Make sure you need to select all. Okay, once this is selected, go to Format, Merge Shape, and I'm just going to make it fragment here. All right, now what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to copy the triangles only. For let me just select one by one. Again hold the Shift key. You can see here I'm just selecting the triangles one by one. So just hold the Shift key. You can see here I'm just doing one by one. You have to make sure that all is, you have to select, oh yeah, no, all has been selected. Press Ctrl C to copy, make a new slide, remove this placeholder columns, and Ctrl V, paste it. So you can see here it has now separate, you can see here triangles has been made. Okay, so 24 portions we have made it. Now depending on your requirement, whether you need to keep the same color or you need to keep multicolors, or you want a gradient fill, whatever you feel better, you can do it. So let me just select this one, right mouse click, go to format, shape, fill. I'm going to select the gradient fill. So by default 4 stops are there. Let me just delete 2 stops. The one stop, maybe I'm just going to choose a purple, dark purple, and one more color. I'm just going to choose maybe some lighter purple, or you can go to more color, you can adjust the tone. Okay, and then you can just whichever way you want, like this you want, you can make it. So now what happens here is I'm just going to copy this to all. So using the format painter, I'm just double click this one, and you can just see here I'm just clicking one by one. Alright, or whichever color which you feel better, you can just fill it. So I'm just filling this color. Alright, so I have just filled this color. The next thing what we need to do here is we need to add the text. Either you want to add the numbers, you want to add the names, you want to add alphanumeric, it's up to you. So let's add that one. So go to insert text box. I'm just saying, for example, say $100. Okay, so I'm just pressing the dollar sign. I'm going to make it bold. I'm going to increase the size, maybe 24. Let me just zoom in, and then for the time being, let me just remove the guides, and here I'm just going to make it a white font. Okay, or maybe you can just choose any good color font, whichever the contrasting colors. All right, so you can see here, and then I'm just going to rotate it, and I'm going to place it here. Now how to know that, okay, whether because now what happens there is, if I just copy and paste, sometimes when I'm doing this one, it will be something, you know, it will not be one will be up and one will be down. So to avoid this issue, what I'm going to do is, let me just insert one temporary oval shape. So hold the shift key. All right, again shape outline, make it no outline, align center, align middle. Let me just make it somewhat transparent, or maybe I can just increase the size by holding the Control Shift key together. All right, so now this is the boundary line. So I'm just going to select this, duplicate, and I'm just going to place it here. And again, make sure that you have to align it properly, okay, with the help of this arrow. You can see here something like this. And one more important point, you have to make a note. You see here, this particular part, the text should not go like this. Then what happens at the time of spinning, then the spin will not happen correctly. It will just you know, the animation look very bad. So you have to always make sure that whatever the text which you're going to enter, this text area or text size should not go beyond this one, something like this. Even though the text is this much, but you're going to keep something like this, it's a problem. So you have to make sure that always this within this triangle. Okay, press Ctrl D. I'm going to again align it properly. Okay, so like this, you just need to copy one by one. It's a some time consuming job, but once it is done, it looks very beautiful. So let me just complete this one. So you can see here I have just added all the text. Now depending on your requirement, now for example, if this is could be like $200, this could be 300, this could be only 10, this could be, say, sorry. Okay, so here whatever, for example, this is only $50. All right, so depending on your requirement, you can just change the text. And then The color also, you can just choose any color of your choice. So I'm just going to font, maybe I can just put orange, I can put some yellow color, just to differentiate. And here I can just put maybe blue, I can just put some dark blue here. You can see here any color of your choice, you can just think of adding that one here. All right, so once this is done, what I'm going to do is, let me just put it aside, and then I'm going to select all these here, okay, and press Ctrl G to group it. And again, let me just remind you, the text, whatever, it should not go beyond this area. All right, now let me just bring this back, align center, align middle, I'll make it no transparencies, and then bring to front, and then hold the Ctrl Shift key. I'm just going to reduce the size, so something like this. And for this also, you can give any color of your choice depending on the requirement. Maybe you can give some 3D format, you can see here something like this, and you can just increase the width. All right, so you can see here something like this, you can just think of doing that one. All right, now, and then what happened, I'm going to add one arrow which is pointing towards, let me just add one arrow, small arrow, you can see here. Let me zoom in, and shape fill, maybe I can just make it black, or maybe I can make it white, whichever color which you feel better. Okay, maybe I'm just going to make it black for the time being. Shape outline, make it no outline, and then I'm just going to send this back. All right, so what happens here is, when the wheel spins, and then let me just show you one animation pane, select the wheel. If you want to rename also, you can just go to the home and then select selection pane. This group I can just make it rename as wheel also, because this will help me at the time of animation. Now what I'm going to do is go to the animations, add animation, I'm going to make it spin. So you can see here it is started spinning. So now double click this animation effect. Timings, you can make it very fast and repeat until end of the slide, so it keeps on repeating. So you can see here, let me just play. So you can see here. Now what happens if, for example, I'm just going to make this outside, something like this. Okay, now let me just spin. So you can see here how it is spinning. So you got the idea, right? So always this text also should be within this oval shape. Now let's add few more shapes here. So go to insert shapes, I'm going to select the circle hollow, draw the circle hollow. You can see here maybe this much size. Again, align center, align middle, and you can see the small orange point, just drag it outside. And if you want to reduce the size also, you can just hold the Ctrl Shift key and reduce the size, and I'm just going to reduce the width. Okay, shape outline, make it no outline. Shape fill, again any color of your choice, you can just add it. Okay, so maybe I'm just going to make it this color. And if you want to give some shadow effects also, you can just make some shadow effect here. All right, now let me just play. You can see here it is spinning perfectly. All right, now it's time to add some jazzy stuff, some kind of light effect or whatever, whichever light effect which you feel better, you can just add it here. So before adding the lights or the background colors or whatever, so let me just add some animation to it. Now what happens here is, how the animation should work is, when I click here inside this one, it should start spinning. Again, when I click here inside, it should stop. Okay, so for that, first of all, I'm just going to double click this one, go to the timings, trigger, start, click on. I'm just going to select the wheel. Okay, if it is not there, just select the wheel, click OK. So now what happens here, you can see here when I'm bringing the cursor inside, you can see it's changing. The moment it comes outside, see, when I click, it started spinning. Now again, on the same thing, when I click, it should stop. For this, I'm just going to select this wheel again, go to the animations, add animation. I'm just going to say appear, okay, and appear, this one should bring it down under the trigger. Okay, so let me just show you. Now when I click started spinning, when I click, you can see here it stopped at $100. Again, you can see here, because $100 are more. All right, so that's the reason it is stopping there. So you can just, so depending on your requirement, you can wait and then you can just stop it. So you can see here, this is $300, this is sorry. So likewise, you can just play the game with the students or with the co-workers. So with this we have completed the basic design. Now let me just close this one, right mouse click, go to format background. I'm going to select the gradient fill. So gradient fill, I'm going to select the type as radial here, and some here the direction I'm going to make it from center. Okay, so first of all, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to select add one more stop, and I'm going to make it as a white. Okay, and here I'm going to make it kind of a purple. All right, so you can see here, and then not the purple, maybe a pink or whatever color which you feel better. You can see here, so depending on the requirement we can just change the color. So I don't think the pink is looking good, so I'm just going to increase the size. You can see here, maybe this one should be this color only. All right, so you can just adjust it, or if you want to place some nice background also, you can just add that background. So what I can do is, for me better, I'm just going to use this background which I have used. You can see here I've got 4 or 5 different. I'm just saying apply to all. So here it is applied here. You can see here again, if you want it more white, you can just increase it. So you can, it's up to you. Maybe if the color is dull, you can just change the color also. Now with this we have completed. Now it's only time to add some few decorative things here, kind of lights. So to add the lights, I'm going to insert shapes. I'm going to select the oval shape, draw the oval shape, something like this. Maybe I'm going to give some blue color here. Transparency, I can just increase the transparency, and shape outline, make sure no outline, and then go to the effects, soft adjust, increase the size. You can see here something like this. All right, or if you want, you can just make it more transparent also. All right, then I'm going to press Ctrl D, and I'm going to give some different color here, reduce the size and put it again in the center here. All right, if you want, you can just reduce the transparency, and then again press Ctrl D. Maybe you can give maybe a white, no transparency here. Let me just zoom in and then reduce the size. Here I'm going to remove the soft edges, and I'm going to place it here. Let me just increase this size. Something like this, you can just place it and then group it. All right, and then you can just put it one by one on top of this. Press Ctrl D to duplicate, and then you can just put it something like this, one by one. And then simply what you can do is you can just add the animation, which is the blink animation. Go to the more, you can see here emphasis effects, and just select the blink. So it will keep on blinking. You have to just double click, timing, and you have to make it until end of the slide. So with this I can just select, copy, okay, animation painter, I can just copy it here. So it keeps on, let me just make this with previous, this also with previous. So you can see it keeps on doing that one, and then I can just click that one. So here this is not a good design, so maybe I have to just choose some different color combinations also. So it's up to you whether which color combination. If you see here, I have just used kind of a more blue and white, kind of like this. Okay, so depending on that you can just change according to the requirement. But we have completed the basic design, and if you want to add more effects, it's up to you, you can add more effects to it.